Hi guys, welcome back to Cool Movie Ratings, and today we're doing a review for The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg's new film, and weirdly, this did not have a wide release, at least where I live, so it bombed at the box office, which, after watching, is really sad, because this is my favorite movie of the year, and I really wish that it did not bomb, because this is such a great movie, and of course I just released that very long 1 hour and 30-minute video, which is my entire culmination of 2020, of everything I watched, and of course my favorite movie came out, or I saw it after. I literally saw it the day that I uploaded that video, and I was like, oh, I wish I could have talked about it, but I'm going to make a review talking about it in a separate video because I absolutely love The Fabelmans. If you did not know, Steven Spielberg is my inspiration. He is my favorite director of all time, and he has just been my inspiration since I watched Jurassic Park. And then when I watched Jaws, I really watched all of his catalog. I haven't seen all of his movies. I haven't seen Munich, Lincoln. I haven't seen many of his new stuff, but I've seen basically all of his old stuff. And I just absolutely love all of his work. And this one is as good as, almost as good as Jurassic Park and Jaws. I'm not even joking. And I think this is his best movie since Jurassic Park. And I prefer it to Catch Me If You Can. That's the closest one to me because I love Catch Me If You Can. But The Fabelmans is just such a great movie because it's Steven Spielberg's life. I already knew what was going to happen because I've seen that really great long documentary on HBO. If you watch that, you'll basically know what happens in this movie, but that's not a bad thing because Steven Spielberg, his whole story is just so inspirational, especially for me because I want to become a filmmaker when I grow up, and he was my inspiration. I'm watching this on film and seeing Sammy Fabelman, the kid, and he gets older and he first watches a movie in the movie theater in the 50s, and he's inspired and he makes his own with a camera at home and is trained, and then he goes and makes a bunch of westerns and stuff in Arizona, and it is just such a great movie. And as someone who wants to become a filmmaker, it really did speak to me. And even though it's 2.5 hours long, I did not feel the runtime at all, and I just absolutely love this movie. And there's not much else I can say that is bad about this movie. And honestly, I can't think of anything bad about this movie. The best part possibly is the acting. There is not one performance in this movie that I would say is they're not giving their all. I think Seth Rogen's in this movie, which I didn't even know, which I was shocked about. You've got Michelle Williams, who should win the Oscar. She should definitely get nominated, should win the Oscar for this one. She did great in it. And then Gabriel LaBelle, who plays Sammy, he's a new actor, and that guy's great. He needs to be in more because he was such a great actor in this movie, and such great as main character. And then you've got Paul Dano, who was the Riddler and Batman, the Batman that just came out. I've never seen any of those Batman movies, but I thought that was interesting. That this year was pretty big for him. He got the Riddler and then a Steven Spielberg movie. But Fabelmans is just such a great movie because it feels so much like Steven Spielberg, and because it is Steven Spielberg's life story. So if you like Steven Spielberg, watch this movie because it is definitely a movie by him, and it is so great to see his life story, or until he broke into Hollywood. It's up until that point, and you can totally tell that it's Spielberg because that documentary, they follow exactly he did exactly what happened in his childhood, because I remembered specific details like his mother getting a monkey. I remembered that part from the documentary, and I remembered in his war movie, he used wooden planks and they would step on it and it would shoot up the dust, look like gunshots. I remembered that, and I saw it in the movie. I was like, yo, I remember that. And I watched this documentary 3 years ago, so that was really cool. And he just put so much detail to make sure it was as accurate as possible to his mother, his father, and his sisters. And I really respect that because it is just such a great movie, and it really proves how masterful Steven Spielberg is. And I'm going to give The Fabelmans a 10 out of 10. I just absolutely love this movie. This is one that you should go watch. It came out a month ago, but it only got released in theaters near me a week ago, and then I realized, I was like, oh my god, it's out, so I gotta go see it. And I absolutely loved it. Totally worth seeing in theaters. Because there was an option to rent it on TV for $20, and I really prefer going to the theater, and I'm glad I did because it is way better at the theater than it is at home. And this is by far my favorite movie of the year. I really enjoyed Top Gun, but Top Gun was no near favorite movie of mine. But this could possibly work its way up after I watch it. I think this could be in my top 30 favorite movies easily because it is just such a great drama movie, and I love it. And I thought the end was interesting because I didn't know who that director was at the end, and then I was like, I looked down, I was like, oh, it was John Ford, and I'd heard of that guy before. Now I looked who played him, it's David Lynch, which I find very interesting because David Lynch did stuff like Mahala Drive, Lost Highway. He did a lot of like really famous stuff. Dune. He's a really famous director. He's up there with Spielberg with most famous director. So I find that interesting that Steven Spielberg directed David Lynch. So yeah, I found that pretty funny and interesting. But Fabelmans, definitely go and see it at your nearest theater because it is great, and I really hope it makes its money back because this is a film that absolutely deserves that to happen, and I absolutely love this movie. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching in 2022. This will be my final video of 2022, and thank you guys for all the support this year. And that 1 hour and 30-minute video, I spent so much time on it. I put chapters on it so you can skip around and see what you want to watch. So go and watch that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this cool movie ratings video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.